team, welcome to day 23. Today we're going to concentrate on your glutes, your butt, because it does a whole lot of work and it's time to reward it. So onto the floor we come and let's bring the knees in for a little hug. So you might want to rock yourself all the way down and bring the knees in for a little hug from side to side here. Now bear in mind, if this is the first exercise you've done today, if you need more of a warm-up, feel free, but obviously we're trying to get into this as quickly as possible, so make sure you are a little bit more warmed up before coming into these moves. If anything doesn't feel good, just stop, ease it off. Let's plant the feet onto the floor. Maybe you take the hands by your side, maybe you take them above your head, and let's windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. Nice. Lovely. We're going to bring them back to centre. Take your right leg onto your left knee. And we're just going to push that right knee away. Now you might want to push with your hand, or just push using your muscle strength here to open up this really, almost like you're trying to get your knees in line. So if your knee's sitting quite close to your chest, we want to just keep that nice and open there. So this can be just enough. So you can hold on to your leg, your left thigh at the back. If you feel this compromises your shape, then don't do it. Just keep it, keep the foot on the ground and find that nice opening there. You'll still get the benefit of this stretch. So whatever you plan to do, just take maybe 2 more breaths here. Maybe you're finding that this is triggering into the inner thigh, maybe it's right into the glutes. But again, keep pushing that knee away, whether you're kind of using your elbow or you're just using your strength to open up that knee a little bit more. Lovely. Let's plant that foot, and using your right leg, your right foot here, we're just going to guide that left knee over to the side. Taking that little spinal twist here, maybe you look over towards your left hand side, full little S-shape twist. Nice. Bringing it all the way back, giving that leg a little stretch, a little kick, and switching over. Lovely. Again, left leg, nice opening here. Open that left hip, left knee to the side. Really push it open. Feel that you could almost plant both hands onto your hips. If you let that knee go, you can feel that there's less movement here, less space. So yoga is all about, well, it's a lot about a lot of things, but I like to think it's all about creating more space in your body. We all end up shriveled up as the day goes on. And then you can hold on to the back of your leg if that's your option. Taking a little breath here. So this figure of 4 stretch is an alternative to pigeon, which we'll also do today. However, this can be better in terms of if you want less weight in this position, if you've got any issues going on along the glutes, the sciatic nerve, that type of thing. Let's pop that foot down and just take this foot gently over towards the side. Maybe you look towards your right, take a nice little stretch through the body here. Lovely. And bring it back. Give that leg a little kick just because it's been in that position. Hug the knees into the chest, and we're just going to rock and roll all the way up to the top of your mat. Let's bring ourselves onto all fours, and before we come into our pigeon, we're going to thread our needle. So let's take that right hand all the way up and then thread it underneath the left hand, slide along the floor, find that right shoulder onto the floor first before you lay your head down. If you find that you really struggle to get down, you can use a pillow here, or you can just find that nice little twist here. Take a breath and then lift that hand all the way up. Lovely. Swapping over to the other side, left hand comes up and thread it under the right. So again, find that shoulder onto the floor first, and then you can gently lay your head down. Again, if you can't get down, don't put your head down first because we don't want any pressure on that neck. Take another breath here and lift that left arm all the way up to counter pose. Back into all fours, just measure yourself back up again. Right knee comes just to the outside of your right wrist. So we're going to bring it up and you're going to walk that foot in so that it's a bit like diagonally across your mat here. And we're just going to heel toe that back leg back. Find your pigeon position here. So we can sit up nice and high, nice tall stance here. But I would say we want to start to walk the hands forward. So this is where blocks can come in handy to help, get you down a little bit further. But if you can come down onto the forearms, you can let the head drop here. You can have a little rock from side to side. Or you can keep yourself quite high, maybe move your hands out to the sides a little bit here and do a little press down and lift up. So just depending on the type of movement you want, if you are super tight in the hips, I would say you just want to find somewhere where you can feel it, but it's not super painful. So little rocks can be nice. Try not to let that bum drop to the side. If you really struggle with this, you can pop some pillows or a blanket underneath to keep that hip propped up. But these are just small little movements here. Breathing into it, and if you're down here, you can really relax into it. Take a few breaths. Allow the body to be on that hip. And honestly, breathe into those spicy little bits that are coming in. So if it's feeling a little bit burny, just take that nice big inhale. And as you exhale, it's like you're blowing that burny bit out, that way. Concentrate on your breath, not on, God, my hip is like really tight. Sometimes they say that the benefit of the yoga pose only happens when you want to get out of it. So think like that. Let's walk the hands up. Let's fall towards that right hand side and sweep that left leg over. We're going to hug that left knee into our chest with our right hand and take that left hand behind so we find that nice little twist. This will allow your hip to relax a little. Less pressure on that right hip flexor, that right glute. Lovely. Let's bring ourselves back onto all fours to do the other side. So again, body imbalances, we may find that one side is tighter than the other. So bring that left knee up to that left wrist. Heel toe that foot. So the diagonal shape depends on how flexible you are. So if you can get that leg, that shin straight across your mat, amazing. Most folk need a diagonal shape. So let's heel toe that foot back so that we've got this big opening here of that right hip flexor and we can sink into that left hip. So again, sitting tall, king pigeon, opening the hands out here and allow yourself to melt down and up. It's a nice little flow just to get into those little spicy areas, or you walk your hands down and find a reclined or a sleeping swan position where you can allow the body to melt all the way down to the floor here. Wherever you are, just focus on your breath. Let it come in and let it come out. Try not to go, there's no way I can stay in this position. If it's absolutely painful, you come out. However, you might find it's more the reluctance of your body wanting to stay in that position rather than absolute pain. So just breathe in for it for another 3 big breaths. I think I've said this before when we've done pigeon. Pigeon is a runner's best friend, as much as maybe we don't want it to. But a pigeon a day might keep the injuries away. Shall we start that saying? Lovely. Wherever you are, let's come back into our nice tall pigeon. Leaning into that left glute, sweeping that right leg in front. Hugging that knee into the chest with your left arm. Send your right arm behind. Propping up the back, nice tall spine. Looking over that right shoulder. Take that lovely twist here. Nice. Nice and lovely. That's my words. Coming back to centre and just sitting in your Sukhasana, your easy pose, finding your sit bones and just taking maybe 2 big breaths here and listening to those little sensations in your body. We've really got into the hips and the glutes here. So maybe as you close your eyes and you're taking your breaths, you can maybe feel that sensation, that difference of them feeling a little bit open and having that stretch. I hope you enjoyed day 23. I'll see you tomorrow for Christmas Eve, guys. Santa is nearly here.